And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 283. Today is Friday, November 9th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zate, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish. I just realized we might need to actually start saying the year, too, because it's about to be the third year.
Oh, yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Got to put a year on it. All right, for the free cryptic coin, who won yesterday?
Oh, yeah. So for yesterday, we actually didn't have a cryptic coin question, question of the day. However, we will have one today. So look out at the end of the show today for our free cryptic coin question.
Sounds good. All right, let's jump straight into it. Forewarning, this may be a, we'll try to extend it as long as possible. This may be a short show. It's one of those days people just aren't a lot of good news articles or any news articles popping up in the crypto sphere.
We work harder than the journalists.
Right. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but it remains to be seen. But top story of the day, Coinbase launches full trading of basic attention token BAT.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Just in time as we've been promoting our referral links for you to download the Brave browser, start support us on there. And that native token for Brave browser, of course, is BAT. And Coinbase is saying it is worthy of being on their platform.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny to note that BAT is available for everybody except for those of you in New York. Because New York, for some reason, whenever something new comes out, it's always that sentence that says, yeah, it's for all residents except New York. So everybody except New York people, I'm sure you could get it somehow, but on their exchange, you won't be able to get it. Everyone else, I know they were saying they were going into other countries, trying to make it international. So should spread the adoption of BAT more than it has recently because, like we said, BAT and the Brave browser are pretty new. And when you go up against titans like Chrome browser and then, of course, the Firefox and all that, you got a lot of growing to do. So we'll see how BAT does, and it is good for people like us who publish a lot of content. So you can get paid through BAT. So shout out to them. And Coinbase Pro, like we said, don't really use it as much, but if they keep adding coins like this at this rate, you'll start to see a lot of coins that we've talked about before. So 0x we definitely talked about, and BAT. So both of those were the two on
two
there.
for two.
Two for two so far.
What's going on,
Let's
everybody?
go Zcash.
I know, right? Minho Donahue, what's going on? Minho is actually the one. He's reminding us now who said that we should do the show with Crypto Blood. Minho, make sure you tune in on Tuesday, the 13th, so we can give you a shout out then. And much appreciate you for linking us all up. That should be a pretty great show.
Oh yeah.
John Siebert, what's going on? Alpha Robbins, welcome back.
Welcome back, man.
Sergeant Crypto, what's going on? Shannon Allen, hello, Shannon. I'm gonna give you a shout today. I need to holler about these cryptic coins. D Truth 7695, hello. And Minho said that we post on Twitter for the BAT browser. Did we do that?
I believe we have before, but they're always in the section below all our videos, so you can see the link on there as well.
We'll make sure we do it on there as well.
Yep.
Shannon, I did actually. I think I did it this morning, but Bitcoin's been telling me to get up with you the last few days. I've just been running around.
Oh yeah.
And then Pangy Smoke, hello. All right, next up, judge lifts order to freeze Charlie Shrem's assets in Winklevoss case.
Oh, yeah. There we go, Judge.
Right?
Let it go, Winklevoss.
Now, we talked about this. This actually was a story that popped up while we were at World CryptoCon, of course. Winklevoss twins coming out. You covered this in a bit. Winklevoss twins came out and said that Charlie Shrem had stolen 5,000 Bitcoins from them back in the day. That's worth about $30-something million nowadays, and they wanted to collect. Charlie Shrem said he didn't do it. It wasn't his fault. It was somebody else in the mix. It was a little back and forth. Looks like the judge has ruled in favor of Charlie Shrem right now and lift that ban on their assets. But one of the things we really want to key in on is the Winklevoss twins. I mean, you guys are 0-2 right now. I mean,
y'all keep letting all these. Y'all 6'5" for nothing.
Yeah, y'all big and y'all some college rowers and all. Do you need some protection services? Like, what's going on? You didn't let Mark Zuckerberg come in and smack you around for $1 billion ideal and paid you back a little bit. And then Charlie Shrem came in and you allegedly, I guess, believe that he also smacked you around. But
for $30 million.
That's not a good look from the business side. I mean, you guys are definitely depth skillful business folks in the world. We see you making a lot of good moves, but I mean, the buck's got to stop, man.
Hey, man.
If the bigger sharks see that the baby sharks are biting at you, they're definitely gonna take a bite too.
Oh, you know it, especially with your Gemini exchange. I mean, if it was one Winklevoss, I can understand. Right. But it's two. Y'all are twins. Y'all should be jumping people. Y'all should have been doing this since college. Mark Zuckerberg, the whole Facebook
pillowcases on people's heads.
Should have not existed. He should have got jumped back in 2000 and 6, whatever he came out with. Like that should have never even came out. So just from a funny standpoint, it is funny to see. Yeah, they 0 for 2 right now. I don't know what's going on, but they better get their businesses in order because, like you said, big sharks, when they see this,
hey like, everybody eating. Why are we gonna pay them?
Oh man, we got better lawyers than them. We gonna.
Listen, I'm just saying, a guy may have possibly got away with $30 million of your money. Again, it either matters if it does or it doesn't matter. And I feel like it matters because if it was a press story. If it didn't matter, I mean, granted, the press could have picked it up once the case became open and everything. But it's one of those things where if it doesn't matter, just leave it alone because I don't think it's worth the bad press. You guys are rolling pretty well already. Yeah. But if it is worth it, it's $30 million. Hey, listen. You all know where each other live at. You got airplanes, private planes, all that good stuff. Yeah. You can meet up and have an arbitration and figure things out, or meet me in the alley 3:15 p.m. After school time. So meet me at the playground. But $30 million definitely isn't anything to trifle at. I'm sure they want that back. But again, it's looking bad for the Winklevoss twins because we saw what happened with the Facebook movie and allegedly what happened with that story that Mark Zuckerberg allegedly stole the idea or ran off with it. Again, now you're talking about Charlie Shrem doing the same thing. Listen. This is the Wild West. Oh, yeah. This is the Wild West, and you guys are looking like food right now.
Oh, yeah. And it looks like the trial, it's not completely done, but it isn't looking too good. April 8th, 2019, they'll proceed to a jury trial. However, like we said, this doesn't look good at the start if they're already throwing out from the beginning. So, this is one of those things where if you look at the market and where it's going, you'll have these battles. People are going to butt heads. And if you're losing early on, I can't help you when it gets when you start having to go up against the JP Morgans and
exactly that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, like when they start throwing out, we got a patent on custodial service, or we got a patent on this. What you gonna do? That's when you got to be like, all right, somebody got to get these hands and feet.
And it's only going to make them fight even harder. So you talk about the JP Morgans. I mean, literally, they don't even, like, it's a personal thing. You got to remember something. They don't want to lose to a group of people or a company that's lost already to two smaller people, I guess in terms of business already. They're going to come back just as fierce. So
it's not even about the money.
Right. It's not even about the money at this point.
It's about literally just
reputation. Reputation, respect on this one. So. I mean, you guys might want to take a peek at that. Winklevoss twins, again, if you need a little extra assistance, give us a call. Jim in the crypto. We'll go talk to Charlie and make him an offer he can't refuse. All right, next up, again, I want to remind people before I even talk about this story, it's a slow news day. But Bitcoin, here's the reason why we really picked the article, just the title. Marie Huliet, the writer of this article, I think you written some more suspect articles in the past. I'm pretty sure I remember calling you out before.
Yeah, she sounds familiar.
We're going to call you out for this title. She said, Bitcoin Trailblazer, Jeff Garzik, says Bitcoin unquestionably a success as a store of value. I don't agree with calling Jeff Garzik a trailblazer at this point because this is also the same guy. Again, we keep receipts. This is the same guy who tried to fork Bitcoin off last year before Bcash came. Yeah. If you remember last year, the big internal civil war of Bitcoin, the New York agreement, where, in New York, early in the year, a lot of these big businesses, the Coinbases, the Geminis, the Vinny Lingrams and stuff, they locked themselves up in a room in New York City, in a hotel room, and they decided to try to change the course of Bitcoin and basically privatize it for companies and businesses, something that's going to continuously be attempted to be done. But Jeff Garzik was one of the main people who held that meeting, who was in the room, who tried to move this thing forward
with 2x.
I can't remember the name.
There was a whole saying, no 2x.
No 2x. We had it on our Twitter account.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we don't forget. Trust me.
Right.
We have all the receipts and we have witnesses. All our warriors out there watching. Right. You've seen us talk about it for plenty of time. And of course, I mean, he was around at the beginning. He was the third biggest contributor, as they say. He was on that Nakamoto email chain.
So was Roger Ver was around the beginning too.
So that's why I was saying, it's like once these people start going into another direction, then you basically flipped on Bitcoin and going somewhere else. Right. But you have to give Bitcoin his credit. He can't, say it's not a good store of value.
No,
because
for sure.
If you put money in Bitcoin at any point and let it sit for 3 to 5 years, at any point in its history, you've made money. So that's one of the only assets you can say that actually happened. So
no, I agree with that. I just don't want us, in the community to be putting Jeff Garzik back on this pedestal like he's doing something, like he's speaking positive for the Bitcoin community now. Again, As you mentioned, the Segwit 2X thing happened last year. And if you remember, people, the whole thing about Segwit 2X, the reason why it was unfair, of course, that New York agreement in the hotel room, it wasn't a community consensus to fork it. But just to show how wrong they were, literally, I think the day before Segwit 2X was supposed to launch, they canceled it. They canceled the Segwit 2X launch. And again, that highlighted how it wasn't a consensus thing, because all these people, all these fans in the community that left Bitcoin to join Jeff Garzik, Roger Ver, Vinny Lingram, Coinbase, and some of these other folks that was in the New York agreement, you know, they literally didn't even have a vote on whether the 2X was going to be canceled. So the whole point was like, you guys aren't taking community vote. You're not taking consensus. You're working as a centralized system. We saw that once Segwit 2X was canceled, 24 hours before it was launched. And then literally a week after all of that, Jeff Garzik came back and said he's launching the ICO project, Metronome, which was supposed to actually stop tokens or ICOs from forking like the fork he tried to initiate a week prior. So this guy was literally on a money grab last year, doing everything against what the community stands for.
And he shouldn't have given away so much Bitcoin.
Right.
He gave away 15,000 Bitcoins.
But now we have him on the front page of Cointelegraph of him, you know, in this nice little robe and smiling with the Bitcoin script. As you know, looking like he's one of the founders or principals behind it. Again, he was there at the beginning, but he switched sides and he chose his side. It wasn't for the community. It wasn't for Bitcoin. And I think that's something that people need to remember, because, again, this is what's going to happen. It's going to be the Jeff Garzik. It's going to be the Roger Veres, the Jahan Woos, the Craig Wrights, the Coinbases, the JP Morgans, the Jamie Dimons. And the next 3 to 5 years, all these people, in fact, I won't even take it that long now because it literally is a year later. But in the next year or two, these are going to be the same people unrolling new ICOs, new crypto projects, new funding, you know, asking for funding, all this other stuff. And they're going to hope you forgot about the nonsense they're doing, thinking that they won't do it again. They're going to do it again.
They're going to get new people.
Dirty people are dirty. They're going to come, they're going to scam new people that come into the space. And a big part of that scam, it has to do with these editors writing articles about them like this, making it seem like these are the people you should go to and listen. Where in the reality, they tried to kill the Bitcoin project last year. So it's crazy that he's on the front page. If you notice, we didn't even get into the article. You know, unquestionably a success as a store of value. Thanks for telling us something that everyone already knew.
He had to say this.
Right.
You can't say it's not. So
yeah, so that's that. Yes, thank you, Minho. Make sure you smash that like and share. S1 Dubs. There we go. Called him a weasel. They are. It's a bunch of weasels, man. You gotta watch them. And you know what? I don't feel bad about talking about people like this at all. You know, we try to keep it, you know, what is it, professional, polite, you know, middle of the road, unbiased. But again, this is a scammer, people. Like, you might have started off on the right track. Roger Ver started off on the right track. I saw somebody already mention about the greed. That's what it's greed. A lot of these people are already $100 million up, and they're still trying to do fake ICOs, shady scam projects. And fork off Bitcoin so they can own and control it themselves.
Oh, yeah. And when Garzik, he was at Blockchain Summit, and a few people tried to get on him, but they got him out of there before he could answer any of the hard questions.
I wish I was.
A few people were like, all right, hold up. We know who you are. Some of these other people are new, but we know who you are. But it was, you know, overall positive. He came in, did his thing, whatever. But yeah, it's one of those things where he's gonna have to answer to it to people who are in the community, and hopefully new people, you know, don't get caught up with Metronome or whatever new stuff he may come up with later.
And what happened to Metronome? Did it launch?
Who knows?
I haven't heard of it
since. That one too.
And I really think he pushed the Metronome project out a week later after he tried to do the 2X. I think he did it so he could immediately wash away the nastiness of the whole 2X fiasco. He can come out and say, oh, well, I got a new project. Just forget about last week.
Forget about last.
Because the news does move fast, of course, when Bitcoin's pumping. But again, you know, these are people we're always and forever are going to go back and tell these stories, because they're going to come back with more money and more marketing and make it seem like they're trailblazers and they're doing everything right for the community.
One of the very first.
When in reality, they are just trying to steal your Bitcoin and steal, you know, and steal funding that could go to other better projects. So,
truthfully.
No love for you, Jeff. All right, next up, Bitmain sues mystery Bitcoin thief who hacked its Binance account. I didn't know you could sue thieves.
You can sue nobody.
But what's going on here?
Oh yeah, so it looks like Bitmain filed a lawsuit against a mystery hacker who stole over $5 million from one of their accounts on Binance. Sorry, and they filed this November 7th in the Western District of Washington. The unknown hacker, which is weird to me because if it's an unknown hacker, I'm not. Who is it against? Is it Bitmain versus Somebody took it. They basically, what the hacker did, it was pretty slick. They stole from their wallet, and then instead of cashing it out, they actually used it to pump Mana, which is Decentraland. And if you know who's been promoting Decentraland, Barry Silbert. So it's kind of
wonder who's behind this elaborate hack.
Hey
here.
man, so all I'm saying is we've seen this before with other companies. I mean, it's almost blatant at this point.
He's been shilling
Decentraland for at least a year or two now. He actually is saying he's going to add it. I think he did add it to his company's portfolio or his index. And then on top of that, he's been talking about people getting land. Like they just sold the first parcel of land for like $100K. So if you don't know, Mana it's an ERC20 token. It's virtual reality real estate where you can buy sections of land and build stuff on it, whatever. Sort of like The Sims in the early years, but with crypto. And one of the funniest things about it is when they pumped Mana on Binance, it rose, from 12 cent to 34 cent, 300% gain almost in a matter of minutes. Like it took like 45 minutes. So
wow,
it was pretty slick how they did that. So what they probably did was steal it, use the Bitcoin to inflate the price to hit sell orders they had previously put in
a
long
sell
time ago.
orders. So coins go to a different account right there from there. So
yeah.
It
So
was elaborate to say the least.
Pretty elaborate. And they stole 617 Bitcoin, which is approximately $5.5 million at the time of the hack. So this is a pretty funny story, and Bitmain will be looking to get their money back, but they're looking for nobody right now.
Right.
They just said an unknown hacker. So we'll see how it comes out. Maybe Binance can do something about it. They don't have any insurance, so good luck, fellas.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. Wow. Yeah, it looks like, I guess, that they're going to try to summon Binance to subpoena them and other service providers to get some of the information to identify them. But again, that's going to be interesting in and of itself to see if Binance plays ball or these other service providers play ball. Because again, if you're going to do it for a private company, if you will give them information on the customer to Bitmain, then we know you're doing it for the feds.
Yeah.
It's plain and simple. Bitmain can push you around. We know the U.S. government's pushing you around. So again, that's a red flag if they decide to give out some of that information. So we'll be paying attention to that.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And last but not least, to end it on a great note today, Malaysian government universities team to put degrees on blockchain.
Oh yeah.
You know anything about education, we love it. While this doesn't directly tie into crypto education, it does in a sense because it's showing people how the blockchain can be used. What is the Malaysian government doing to show that?
Oh yeah, well, the Ministry of Education has decided to launch a blockchain-based system called eScroll. This is the issuance and verification of university degrees. They've had a recent rise in fraudulent degrees and a staggering amount of fake degrees that have come out since January. They've actually stated that the buyers are prepared to spend up to £500,000 on bogus documents, because usually if you can get a fake certificate in certain countries like Malaysia, that can get you entryway into jobs you would never have a chance to get. Right. And in order to get to that education system or to get that degree, a lot harder than just paying money and getting a certificate. So this will take away, this is what blockchain is usually used for, take away the scammers, take away, whatever people are trying to do to get off on stuff, make it transparent, make it available to people. And when you put it on the blockchain, it's verifiable and it's efficient. You don't have to carry it around with you. You just have that validation there. So we'll see if it's actually a better system for them. It remains to be seen if it'll be used like in the US. It's pretty hard to fake that you went to a college because they can just check and see if you actually had some sort of schedule or anything there, some sort of hours. So it's kind of hard to fake. But in countries like this is pretty good. But it remains to be seen if it'll work long term.
All right, and Shannon Allen just said, I have 10,000 crypto coins on your next contest. Good things happening on the crypto markets, even though Bitcoin is low. All right, so you all heard that. We'll figure out some type of contest giveaway here soon, maybe do something for the new year or something. But Shannon said he'll put 10,000 crypto coins on it, people. So there we go. We are pushing that over here as of now. Speaking of which, for the free crypto coins, what are we doing today?
Oh, yeah. So for the free crypto coins, would you put your degree on the blockchain? Or do you see a future where you'll have to put it on the blockchain? Or do you think in the future it'll still stay the same? Put your answer, put your cryptic coin address, and we'll send those free tokens.
As always, thanks for watching. Again, we will be off Monday for Veterans Day. I think holiday is actually on Sunday, but everybody's what's it called? Remembering it on Monday or whatever.
Had to pull out the grill.
Right. Too funny. So we'll be back on Tuesday. Again, that Tuesday interview is scheduled with Crypto Blood. Thanks, Minho, again. So if you all are available to tune in, make sure you do it. He has a lot of great information over his side. Watched a couple of his videos, talked to him at the conference. So we look forward to it. We can't wait.
Absolutely.
All right. Other than that, you all have a great Friday. We will see you all next week. Cheers.
Cheers.